It's me. I can't see myself on my Streamlabs. Haha. So gotta talk with them about this. But hi, how are ya? How you doing? It's me. I'm so pretty. I can't help it. Today you guys have been busy. Hold on. This thing wants to go off. I have to see myself over there. Hello. Okay. Let me breathe. Let me do the woosah woosah. Good morning. Hello everybody. Hi. It is Tuesday, Newsday, with the Grandma Quilter on In Quilt Fact, where the imperfect becomes perfectly loved. I am your host, the Grandma Quilter. How'd that sound? Did that sound paused and nice and pretty? I hope so. How is everybody? Hold on, I'm trying to. This doesn't want to do it. I don't know why. It doesn't. It's like, okay. There I am. Yay! Okay, now I'm happy. All right, so, Michelle, my ride or die. She's been here since forever. Hi. And everybody, Michelle, Mary, girl. And then, wait a minute. I got to see if I get everybody. Patty. Patricia. Hi, Patty. Patty. And let me keep going down because there's a lot of people here. Donelita de Mama, Donelita de Mama. And Joyce got on before I went live. Yay, Joyce. Anyways, keep going down, keep going down, keep going down. Because the girls, Jojo. Hi, Joanna. Jojo is there. And then Nanita de. Hi, Nana. How you doing? You didn't get beat, girl. You're here. That's the important thing. Tina, you better not be driving. Hi, Tina. Tina's here. Betsy. I'm sorry, I'm doing voices today. I don't know why. It's like gone crazy. Okay, I'm trying to get down all the way to the bottom. There she goes. Loretta! And Gladys is here. Hey, Gladys, girl. How you doing, babe? Joy T. Hi, Joy T. My buddy, Joy T. And Opal, hey, girl. Hi. How are ya? How are you this morning? Okay, I'm going to try to start this, but everybody, where's Jennifer? Jennifer's here. Hi, Jennifer. And Laura Sup. Hi, Laura. Laura Sup is here. And I keep going down because it's like everybody's here. Eba. That's for Mason. That's for you. And that's for the both of you. Oh, boy. Okay. Behave, people. Behave. Everybody say hi. Hello. Hi. How are ya? And there it is. Being perfect over there. I gotta fix the camera. Anyway, I closed the window today. Because too much light and it's annoying. So yes. So apparently everybody's had fun this past week. It's been a week. I had my son from Alabama come and visit me on Saturday. I was so happy. I saw my grandbabies and I'm working. Let me see if I can show you. You see the blue? I finally found out what I'm going to make for my other grandson for Christmas. So now I'm working on his quilt. So I got all three. So I'm good. My grandsons are going to have their quilts this Christmas. Thank you, Jesus. They're going to have it. He told me his favorite colors because, girl, let me tell you something, people. I was looking at fabric with musical instruments, preferably wind instruments because he plays the sax and the flute. And every site I found had beautiful fabric that was way over budget, so I just couldn't afford it. He said, Grandma, don't worry, as long as it's blue. He said blue, red, and what was the other one? Green. Those are his three colors, so I'm making it with blue fabric. He's gonna love it. But I had them up here. And then when I was a kid, I used to play the flute in the school band when I was in 6th grade. And hi, Ruth Roberts. How are you, kid? You can come on over. We'll have fun. Wait, we got a happy birthday. But let me finish my story, then we'll go back. So anyway, I had my flute, and I played my flute in the band. And I always remember I learned how to play Color My World. You go, anybody that's a boomer will remember that song. If I'm not mistaken, it was a Chicago song. Very simple little ditty. Very sweet, very romantic. And I learned to play it on my flute. Go forward like 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. Well, a lot. And I bought my own flute. I purchased a flute and I tried playing it, but my arthritis won't let me finger the way I used to. So I had it there with the books. And my grandson loves anything when, so he's learning flute when his friend lends him the flute. So I gave him the flute with the books. He was so excited, he started to practice right here in front of me. So Grandma was happy. I gave him his Christmas gift before time. Anyways, okay, everybody's saying hi, hi, hi. Okay, we got to sing it. So here it comes. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Hetty, my friend, the designer who's amazing. Happy birthday to you. Ha! Happy birthday, Hetty. You know we love you, kid. Oh, see, Ruth, see, you know me. Girl, I'm telling you, we got to meet up one day, man. Yep, Chicago, so I remember that. And now, oh my God, I can't sing it because I'll get copyright strike. Anyways, but I used to love that. I loved that song, and I loved playing it on the flute. It was fun. Yep, everybody got your coffee? Are we ready? Everybody, y'all got coffee? Everybody got coffee? Come on, let's have some coffee. Yeah, it is gloomy, isn't it, Donnell? It's like icky. And I closed it because, yeah, no. And, okay, I'm trying to catch up. You guys are going crazy. I got my old flute service with new pads and gave it to my daughter, and now my granddaughter has it. Isn't that amazing? My grandson has mine now. He's happy. He drove his parents crazy playing it, and now he's got his sax, and he's got a flute. So he's good. All he needs now is a clarinet and a trumpet and a trombone. I would have loved it had he learned how to play trombone, because trombone is an instrument played in salsa, Puerto Rican salsa. And when you got the trombone going, oh, it's fantastic. But he loves his sax. Sax is sexy. Sax is sexy. And look, Hetty played flute too. We all played flute. Yes. Oh, you did oboe. Yeah, I didn't get that far. I finished playing in the band after 6th grade. Hi, Branca. Good morning. Jody! How are you, kid? Oh, you're having brunch with your son. Hi, son. Is it the cop? Hi, cop. I had a son that was a cop. That's why I say it. Where's Denise? Denise! The volume is great, Denise. Before I started, the microphone was pointing somewhere else. I said, oh, wait a minute. Denise needs this, so I put it over here. All for you, Denise. Mwah! That's for you, baby. Everybody saying hi, hi, hello, hello. Hey, Tammy. We got a star in our midst. Hi, Tammy. Been watching you, girl. I watch everybody. I just don't comment on everybody's channel. I get lazy. If I'm watching on the big TV in the living room, I can't text because, But if I'm on my phone watching, my fingers are still big. Even though I've lost weight, but they're still big, and it's annoying. Joanna, of course, she played trumpet, drums, auto harp, guitar. There you go. Because she cannot only play one thing. She has to play a lot. Because she's talented that way. I love the sax. My sister-in-law played clarinet, but she can play anything. My sister-in-law, Pilar, si me estás viendo, beso. Pilar can play anything. Her name is Maria del Pilar. The woman, any instrument you put into her hands, you gave her a couple of days and she would dominate it. Her brothers were very envious of her. She is an amazing musician. Hi, Melanie. I'm saying hi to everybody today. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you. Tammy. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, trying to catch up. Did you see the video? I haven't seen yours yet. I was watching Joe this morning. Joe, I saw you this morning for a little while before I was getting ready. I have to go and see all of yours because I have to catch up with yours, Hetty. I truly do. I have to catch up with yours. But I'll catch up. I promise. Been a little out of it. Let's put it that way. I've been a little out of it. But I'm coming into it again. It's just, arthritis time. It's age. We get old. And yeah. So I've been a little out of it, not working a lot, just cutting little bits. I've been cutting. Let me see if you can see it there. Yeah, you can see it there. See all this? This is cutting up for my grandson's quilt. All that's to be cut. More cutting back here. But that's about it because I don't know. And I've got something. You're entering lurking mode. Yeah, where's Donnell? Donnell, we see you. Anyway, no worries, girl. Go to work. Hi, Chris. Melody says she's always out of it. Well, I've been a little out of it, but I still play the piano and my husband plays the sax. Ooh. Ooh. Music night in your house must be amazing, Ruth. We sometimes do duets on our dog howls. It's hilarious. He really likes Jesus Loves Me. Aww. That's a smart puppy. Well, I need advice. If you see over there, you see a something black, and you see something white on top of it. I'm trying to put patchwork on a t-shirt. So I have the block I'm going to put on. I know I have to put that stuff on the back so I can applique it. But this is the question, people. After I iron it on and it sticks, how do I applique it? It's a t-shirt with cotton. So what kind of needle do I use? And how do I applique it on? Because I was thinking, what if I put it on my serger? I need advice. So give me your advice. It says yes. What's fluttering? Is it me because I'm touching the table? I'm sorry. Zigzag stitch. Yeah, but like my machine has, how do I say this? I can do applique stitches on my machine. That's not a problem. But I'm sewing on jersey, knit. So just use the applique stitch, normal applique stitch, the zigzag, or what? Just give me ideas, because I want to wear it to retreat. And just use a sharp needle. You don't want the ballpoint. Oh, okay, that's what I wanted to know. So even though it's going to be on jersey, I don't use the ballpoint. Gotcha. See, Tammy? Thank you for coming on. I needed that. That's what I've been thinking. Hand stitch. I cannot hand stitch all of that. No, not with my hands the way they are lately. You're putting the interfacing on the T. No, I'm not putting it on the T. I'm putting the interfacing on the block. No serger. No, my serger, I can serge without the knife. That's not a problem. My serger does it. No knife, and I've done stuff without the knife. I do stuff with the knife. And lengthen the stitch. Okay. Oh, so I'm going to need stabilizer and the sticky stuff? Because I was going to put, let me show y'all. Because what I was going to put is the sticky interfacing, which is this one. It's Wonder Under. See? The Wonder Under 805. You need a stitch that can stretch, either the stretch stitch or plain zigzag. Thank you, Tammy. Don't use a blanket stitch. Okay, thanks. Because I was thinking of doing the blanket stitch. Okay, thank you for that, Tam. Applique stitch should work. Use a fabric paint around the edges to glue everything down. I have fabric glue, so that's not an issue. I was thinking of that, but I don't want to ruin or stretch out the tee because it's a black t-shirt. Oh, put the interfacing inside the shirt. Gotcha. Smart. Okay. See, that's why I'm asking you guys, because I've never done this. It's an experiment. Yes, inside the shirt. So I'll put it inside the shirt and then put the applique on the outside of the shirt. Okay. Even if it is a wash away. Okay. Could use wash away stabilizer. Okay. Yes, on the inside of the shirt. So I don't need to put this in. If I put that wash away stabilizer inside the shirt, I don't need this. Hi, VJ. We're talking about appliquing something. Can trim away 1 inch where you're stitching inside the shirt once it's stitched. Cool. Okay. Tammy, with patterns, but I've never done anything like that. Applique for me is still very, 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 very new. I've only done a couple of things applique, very small, very, very tiny. Like one of my daughter-in-law, I made some towel things with her initial, and I think that was about it. But I did applique on cotton. I'd never done it on a t-shirt before. That's why I'm asking. You could use it anyway since it's lightweight, the Wonder Under. Okay, yeah, because I feel like putting the Wonder Under on the block. I'm going to show you guys the block. You've seen it before because let me bring this over here. Okay, so this is the block I'm going to applique on. I'm going to put that on the t-shirt. It's a real pretty block I made. It came out really pretty. That's why I'm so proud of it. So I'm going to applique this on to this t-shirt. Black, because you know me in black. And it's super big, and I've lost the weight, but I don't care. And it's an experiment, really, because I'm experimenting with it because I want to do something next after that, but I've got to learn first techniques. I would use Heat and Bond light behind the applique to hold it in place, exactly. And then add stabilizer on the inside of the shirt. Perfect. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Tammy. Can you experiment on something you won't mind messing up just to practice before you do it on your shirt? This shirt cost me $1, so it doesn't hurt. And if it doesn't work the way I want, it's for me, so I can use it as because it's super big now, and I'm not that big anymore, so yeah, that's not a problem. Can you, okay, I would use the Wonder Under to attach the applique to the shirt. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. Thank you. I love that block. I made that block with you guys. You guys remember this? This is all, this was when at the very beginning, when I started, this was from a Fat Quarter Shop box. And it came in there, and it was one of the blocks. And I made it, and I absolutely love it because it's so easy. The block was, if I'm not mistaken, this pattern was from Mrs. Quilty. And the fabric is from Fat Quarter Shop. So yeah, and from Mrs. Quilty. It's a mishmash. It's a mishmash. But I love it. I absolutely love the block. And I was playing with my orphan blocks the other day. And I said, that would look cool. So I said, I got this t-shirt. Let me see. So I'm going to try to make it. If it comes out good next week, I'll show you guys. Thank you, Joanna. I'm trying. I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone. I'm trying things that are different. It's not easy for me because I get frustrated, but I'm working on it. So I said, you know what? That's what I'm going to be doing next year. Most of my projects next year are going to be things I'll be experimenting with, things I'm going to be trying out for the first time. See how it goes and see what I do. Thank you, everybody. I love that. I love that block. It was easy to make. Really pretty block. The fabrics, for once, I chose wisely. So it came out pretty good. All right. So let's see. What else have I been doing? Stay tuned. Remember, Thursday, this is how I do it's coming out. It's going to be putting on the binding and finishing up those little projects that I have. So I'm going to have one almost finished, and the other one will finish with you guys on the video. And that'll be done with that. Then I'm going on to the next one, and I don't know what it's going to be. But it'll be interesting. It will be interesting. Again, that's what I'm going to be doing with those videos. Things I've never done before. Not the t-shirt, because if it comes out good, then I'll do it on. I gotta play with it first. It's just that's the way my brain works, literally. But it was fun. It's being interesting. Now, y'all remember I'm going to retreat. And retreat is on a Tuesday. So what I'm going to do for that week, I will leave something up, but it will not be live. So Tuesday the 7th, unless I can go live from the car. I don't know yet. I'll see, because I get easily distracted. So I won't be able to re-chat. So no, I won't go live from the car. I promise I will not go live from the car. This is how we do it. Yep. You got it, girl. That is exact, but it's not how they do it. It's how I do it. Chrissy's here. There you go. Yeah, so I won't do it from the car. I don't like driving and texting and talking with the squirrel. Okay, Chris says, I bought that t-shirt with the squirrel riding the jackalope and threw it in the wash. Somehow I also washed some gum. Oh, Chris, I'm so sorry. That t-shirt's so cute. Poor thing. No, gum, no. I'm the only one that chews gum here anyway. I have some of the polka dot fabric. It's a nice color choice. Thank you, Mitzi. I know it came out pretty cool. And it was without trying. When I try, it doesn't work. It happens. Believe me, it happens. If it's not Mitzi, because usually my daughter's the one that puts my colors together and coordinates them for me. So then all I have to do is cut. But yeah, that one came out pretty cool. It was one day I was just playing around. A lot of my orphan blocks come from just sitting down and not having anything in my brain to do as a project and just trying new things. So yeah, anyways, you can use Goo Gone to get the gum off the shirt. Yep, then use Shout Gel to get the Goo Gone out. Oh, that's cool. Well, that was a good one. That exactly, that is nice. Give me a second, people, because you know me. If it's my daughter, I gotta check. Okay. My pharmacy. My prescription's ready. I know. I'm going later. Okay. My prescription's ready. I gotta go get my medicines. Medicines. Anyways, right now I'm working on getting control of my fingers, so it's weird. Putting it in the freezer, it's worked for me. Wow, Joyce, that's not a bad idea. Try olive oil, let sit, and then wash either pre-stain for oil. Okay. What did Tina say? Tina said something. Tina, I lost you, girl. Tina, where are you? Tinita. I lost what Tina said. Or you just saying hi to Tina, VJ. Orphan blocks be singing, help, I ain't got nobody. Uh-huh. I got a lot. I got a box, and then the orphan blocks that Mary gave me. But Mary's orphan blocks are an orphan because they're going to be turning into quilts. Almost all of them. Almost every single. I think I have like 3 quilts in there. Mary knows this because she's the one that gave them to me. I have like 3 quilts in there. Not working with them yet. Trying to get other things out of my head first. Because I got like that quilt for my grandson, but I got 2 more that are in a box behind me that I want to cut because they're pretty. I don't want to make them though. You got to understand the way my brain works. If I have projects cut up and organized, when I have nothing to do or I'm bored, I'll sit down and make a couple of blocks. That's why I like working block by block. I can make a block or 2 of 3 or 4 different projects and then just put them back into their box. And that way, I realized this year, that way I get more things done because I don't get bored. My brain is weird. My brain is very weird. Mr. Dan is in doing schoolwork and I'm putting on borders. He's doing schoolwork. Girl, I found out today that there are a couple of colleges here in Georgia that have open enrollment. If you make less than $200,000 a year, tuition is free. And I was checking into that because if I could afford to, I would go back to college in a heartbeat. I wouldn't go to work, but I'd go back to college. I loved college. I absolutely adored learning. It makes me happy. UBB, hello, Joe. Eva says, I will be sending my blocks out tomorrow for the block swap. I know it's about time. The organizer of the block swap, one of the 3, there was 3 organizers in the block swap. I'm going to say their names. Eva, Hetty, and Joanna. The organizer, the main organizer, which is Eva, is still not sent out her blocks. I love you, though. I know that feeling. Have some pretty fabric, had fun cutting, and fussy cutting, had to stop because of another. Exactly. Hi, Cecilia. Hi. Good morning. You're not late. You're good. You're good. Come on in. Come on. You got coffee? You got to have coffee. Bring your coffee or your tea or water. No liquor allowed at this hour unless it's after 12 where you are. There you go. See, Eva says, I know. And I see her face in my head saying, I know, because I know her already. So I know how her head will start bobbing to the side and closing her eyes, going, I know, because that's what she does. Her face goes to the side. He loves learning and researching. Patty, that's why Mr. Dan and I get along so well. I love learning. Oh, if I could go back to school. Let's put that out there. If you could go back to school, if you wanted to, and you could go back to school right now, what would be your area of study? Me, I'll say it out loud. I would study forensic psychology. Right there. That's it. Forensic psychology. I love forensic psychology. Even before it was a theme in schools. That's what I wanted to study. I had to study HR because the job paid for it. But if not, I would have studied psychology. It's just that simple. There you go. Bailey and coffee. Mitzi. For shame. Oh, the scandal. I sent my blocks for Donna's Christmas swap from South Dakota on Saturday. Need to check where they are. I got mine to take with me to the retreat. Eva says she's always in trouble. Nah, you're not. That would be, but I would love. Come on, what would you study? If you could go back to school right now. Married would like to be an architect. I know what Hetty would be. An engineer. Hetty would be an amazing engineer. Computer forensics. Ooh, Nana. Ooh, I like that. You just wanted the Baileys. Mitzi, behave. Fabric colors and Civil War years. Okay. Computer forensics. That's cool. I like computer. I was accounting. I studied accounting initially. And I worked doing audits, and that's fun. Katie would study. Chris would study art, of course. There you go. VJ, what would you study if you could go back to school? Come on. Joanna, I don't know. You'd study everything. Because Joanna would study everything. Me, no, truly. Forensic psychology. I would love to be a forensic psychologist. Oh, God. I keep looking. Because if they do, the colleges that are offering free tuition have special curriculum and certain age brackets, but if they were to open it up, because I know Tennessee has it too, but I don't live in Tennessee. I don't know. I would go back because I got an HR degree. I don't need to study HR anymore. You know, I've got a business degree with a minor in HR, with a major in HR actually. I have a bio. You have a bio, but yeah. But if you could go back, what would you study? Come on, VJ. Did the computer math route as a career? Now would go for the creative side. Interesting, Chris. VJ would be a vet. You know, I think she would be an amazing vet. Yep. Hetty, why would you go into nursing? With the brain you got, you should be an engineer or an architect or yeah. I wanted to design houses. I took drafting class, couldn't get in unless I had all my credits. Oh, Mitzi. There you go. See, VJ would be a vet. Joyce says I got my blocks out last week before somebody didn't get mine, let me. Joyce, what would you study if you could go to school? Come on. If you could go back to school or if you could go to school for free. No, Joe, she's got to be an engineer. Leave her alone. Forensics and art. Yes, Judy and I. Yes, Judy. Let's go. We go. Not art. I can't study art. I would be bored with art. Believe me, I would be bored with art. My granddaughters, I have 3 granddaughters now. You love helping people heal, but you have a brain that won't leave you alone, and you know it. I was told I should not be an architect. There was too many during the 70s. See, that's what I don't believe. You be you. You do whatever you want. Oh, God, people are dumb. Making people stifle their ambitions because there's more. That doesn't matter. Computer coding. Interesting, Eva. Ooh. Joyce would be a vet. Laura, caregiver. I was a caregiver. I've always been a caregiver. And it's one of the hardest jobs in the world. I don't want to go back into that. I like forensic psychology because I like to know how things happened. What affected any given issue to make it happen that way. I like investigating. That's why I think I loved my job, because mostly in my area of HR, I did a lot of investigations, which was fun. Chiropractor. Jordy be a chiropractor. Michelle would be a photographer. You'd be good. Mary, you're not stupid to go to college. Life happened. Stop it. Ruth spent her career in neuropsychiatry. Wow. Forensic psychology is not as sexy. No, it's not. That's why I like it. Before TV, when I was in my late 20s, early 30s, I always wanted to know how criminals could do certain things. I wanted to know what would drive them to do certain things. And it was something that always ate at me. So I was a amateur psychologist, let's put it that way, when I was young, because I couldn't go to college. So I kept on doing it. When I finally got my GED and I did my college boards, I was working, so I had to study what my job told me to study, which was business administration. But I wanted to study psychology. And then forensics started to come into play. Because, girl, I'm telling you, I've always wanted to know how the brain takes a person to do a certain thing. So all the serial killers out there were always attractive to me. And then all I could think of is, if I got into it, my thesis, my doctoral thesis would be why certain countries in the world have more serial killers than others. What psychological and sociological impact a culture has on people to make them be what they are. And I'm going to stop because I can talk for hours on it. I love it. I absolutely love it. There you go. Nanita has a degree in law enforcement, which is pretty cool. I wanted to be a cop. My ex-husband said no. Anything helping animals, of course, VJ. Thank you, Mitzi. Tell Mary. Mary, you're not stupid. You just need to find a way to learn. No, it's not even that. Her situation was different. She just didn't have the opportunity. Mary's brilliant. Exactly, Mary, for not going. She should have gone. She should have gone. Yep, Nanita was a deputy. She was one of the cool ones with the gun on her hip and everything. I don't like guns. But yeah, for me, psychology, but forensic psychology, it's like, what? There's so many things. Oh, God. I have a degree in medical transcription, which is not easy, and would love to go into medical coding. They did offer a degree at the time. Yes, Eva, and you can still get in, you can do it from home, make good money. Because coders, transcription, medical transcription. When my generation went to college, was always interested in grades and scores. Now there are many ways to get your education. Heck yeah, Mitzi. Judy says she's learned from her sense of forensics and love it. College, he teaches a college course now in forensics and one in law enforcement. Your son, right? Your son, I want to meet him so bad. He is so cool. My son, when my son was a cop, for him, you know how they have to write reports. So he would come to me and I started helping him. But then after that, everybody would come to him, his coworkers, the rest of the cops, when they needed to do a report, they'd come to him so he would help them. It's just pretty cool. I'd like to learn how to repair sewing machines and now can offer it. Yes, Mary, you'd be good. We need to do that. Mary and I have been thinking about this. At this point in my life, I don't want to go back to school. I still have a small private practice. There you go. And I still love it. I require continue to learn. I like learning. That's the thing. If I could go for free, I would. I truly would. I love it. I absolutely love it. Nanita said she worked in the jail and the stories you could tell. Girl, you need to start writing them down. Ruth, we got to start writing down our stories. Yes. Among other things, I already did 2 years of college training for biblical counseling. There you go. Hetty says I would do the nursing because when I was in school in Vancouver, I was working in a nursing home. I absolutely loved it. Hardest part was when the client leaves us. Yeah, that's why will you just listen to me and stop it? You need to be in engineering. I keep saying the same thing. She doesn't listen to me. You got to hear her. When you talk with Hetty one-on-one and you see how she does things and how her brain works, Holy Mother of Jesus. This girl is super, super talented. Okay. Hetty is extremely talented. And she knows I say this to her all the time. She's brilliant. Stop it. Yes, you'd be good healing, but you're an engineer. You're in my head, you're an engineer. See, studying. Yes, study, people. Look, like I'm teaching my grandson, and I thank God every day because he likes it. I was a nerd because I didn't have friends. So I was always bullied because of my size. I was a big girl, yada, yada. I'm grateful now because I look back at all the reading I did. I could read a book a day. I was at that point. My teacher taught me how to speed read. Y'all know that little test they do that they have on Instagram and TikTok? I always get to the very end. That's how fast I can read. I'm a speed reader. And it's not speed reading. It's understanding, comprehending, and being able to interpret what you read. It's the whole caboodle. So I love reading. I can't read as much now because of the problems with my vision, but I listen. I still read, though. And my grandson's going in the same path, which makes me so happy. Reading is the best way to learn. And that's why I love learning. I love education. And there you go, Nanita's also a medical assistant. Joe was a CNA and EMT. CNA sucked. Ruth says, my private practice is a very small town. Let's just say I know too much. I know. Isn't it fun, though? It's weird. It's weird when people just tell you their life stories without any prompting. I learned a lot of techniques in my job. And I could sit with people and they would tell me their whole life story without knowing they were doing it, without my saying anything. Do I miss it? Sometimes. Sometimes I do. I miss being able to listen to people, because sometimes that's all people want, is to be listened to. I think that's why I stay off the phone as much. It's so many years, so many decades listening to people, that it gets to a point where, okay, hi, how you doing? And bye. I'm sorry and I apologize, but sometimes it just is overwhelming. When you work in the kind of careers that some of us worked in, where you literally deal with people on a daily basis and their issues and their problems at work and stuff like that, it gets to be, sometimes the weight is so heavy that we have to take it off. That's why when I retired, it was hard for me to get back into communicating. Truthfully, it's hard. Now I'm here, but still, sometimes it's hard. I got to see how I'm going to cope with the retreat. I'm not joking. I got to see. There you go. Michelle says, Auntie Patricia and Joanna, you don't have to go to school to become a preacher. I didn't, and I am one. She's a preacher. Oh, and boy, the stories my mom told us as a nurse. Oh, yeah, we all have stories, girl. Hetty, you would have been an awesome nurse. You have so much patience. Yep. Joanna says, Michelle, that's true. Hetty, I don't care. You could have been a nurse. You're great. I stand firm on what I'm saying. I stand firm. My associate degree is in health information management. Yay, Donnell. You can audit classes for free. I know, Judy. I know. And I've been thinking about it, but the college where they offer it is in Marietta. And right now, I don't like even driving. But I'm going to see what I can do. There you go. Hi, Cheryl. Girl, you came in. Human resources often see people at some of their lowest moments. Oh, Ruth, the stories we could tell. Oh, yes. Hetty, I love you. Leave it alone. You want to be a nurse? Of course you want to. You do you. Yes, you could be a nurse. Be a nurse. My degree was in business, but ended up getting into HR. Laura, didn't we have fun? I was the benefits coordinator for the school. Benefits. It took me years to understand benefits. Years. I'm not joking. Years to understand benefits. And the person that helped me understand benefits was our insurance agent for the company. He would sit down with me for hours explaining the differences, especially when all the laws changed. Man, was amazing. So many years in marketing in front of the computer. Now I hate doing anything. See, BJ, exactly. That's the whole thing. Eva says, I have 3 degrees, never used them, moved to the wrong place to use them, to a small town. The way things are now, that's the great thing, and it's very true. The way I see things moving forward, like I told my kids, I see schools disappearing within 20 years. And I'm not joking. I see education being online. Schools, buildings per se, I don't see that happening in about 20 years. I think they'll be disappearing. Education moves forward, things change, because we live in a world that changes, people. We got to accept it. But you can learn anything online, literally, without paying anything. If you are curious enough, you don't mind being in front of the computer for hours on end, you can learn anything online. My husband is retired Army deputy. He did 21 years and in one and 16 years in another. Holy Mother of Jesus. You asked us what we'd go to school for. Yes, Hetty. Chill, girl. I'm just making fun. I know you'd go to school for nursing. Yes. And I'm happy for you. Enjoy it. I spent 10 years in medical billing, but wanted to work with people. Laura, how'd that work out for you? That's the funny thing. When they made me go to school, well, I asked to go to school. The company had a program. This was Bristol Myers Squibb, by the way. And they were paying for the college degrees. And so I got in. But one of the conditions for them to pay was it had to be a field of study that could be used in your job. So I was office manager. So I studied accounting. And I had an associate's degree in accounting, and that's how I got there. And I started studying. I wanted to learn manufacturing administration. I wanted to be plant manager. And my boss, his words were, you're a woman. You could never be a plant manager. Study HR. And that's the only thing he approved. So that's why I was HR. Yeah. What kind of company, Debbie? Sometimes that makes a difference. Yeah, it was Bristol Myers Squibb. Bristol Myers Squibb is a pharmaceutical. It was one of the largest pharmaceuticals in the world. And our division was called Convatec. Convatec made the plastic flange that they put on the body to attach the colostomy bags. That's what we made, those plastic flanges. There was only 2 plants. Bristol Myers only had 2 plants. Ours and one in Scotland or Ireland was the other plant. So that's what we made. But I got all my training, all my education paid for by the company. I'm grateful. So I cannot complain about them. I complain about my boss. I loved him, though, because he was like a father to me. Geno Basejano was a dad. He was a dad. He was very proud of me. He was always talking about me. I got the job without a degree. I had my associate's degree in accounting from a business trade school. And I interviewed with 5 other girls that had bachelor's degrees for a receptionist position in the company. It was still not Bristol Myers. It was called Surgicot. And they were about to transition. So they were looking for somebody bilingual. I interviewed against 5 other girls with bachelor's degree. I got the job because my English was spot on. And my boss, his English sucked. He had to start working with American people. So he wanted someone to be his interpreter. Ta-ta. So I got the job. I started off as a receptionist. I integrated computers into the company. I transitioned the company from Convatec, New Jersey to our company. Without knowing anything, they trained me. I did the outboarding of the employees with everything, and I did the inboarding. It was a deal. It was a lot. It was fun, though. I learned a lot. I went to New Jersey, Skillman, New Jersey, for training. I learned a lot. I cannot complain, but I really would have wanted to go into forensics. I loved HR, but it became stressful. Yep. Yes, when it became political. I'm glad I left. We had a new superintendent, and she was awful. She ended up getting fired. There you go. I left 2 months before she did for medical reasons. Yeah. Restrict women to certain areas. Yes, Mitzi, that's what they did to me. Donnell's waiting for her hugs. I know she's waiting for her hugs. I started out in education. This is Ruth Roberts, people. Only taught for a couple of years, but I used the skills and theories I learned throughout my career. No learning or education is ever a waste. Thank you, Ruth. No matter what you learn, no matter where, everything you learn is applicable. Everything. I am not joking. I've worked in so many different types of industries in my 40 odd years as business and in HR. I worked in manufacturing, I worked in aviation, I worked with unions, I worked retail. What haven't I done? And I can tell you everything I learned from every company I've ever worked in. There you go, Joe. You know where Skillman is. Yeah, a lot of people are thrown into HR because of convenience. HR, when you go to school, I got my business degree in business admin. When I got my degree, HR was becoming a specialty within business administration. I went to get my degree. I was an adult. I was in my 30s, kid. I was not a kid when I got my degree. So, yeah, we did a lot. When I was in school, we did a lot. But not a lot of people had it. Then I belonged to PH. I was a PHR. It took me a while to get that certification, but I was a PHR. I tried to get my SPHR, but I tried to do it without studying. And you cannot do it without studying. So I was a PHR. I was certified. To certify as a PHR, you have to restudy. Anybody out there that knows this, you have to restudy, truthfully. You have to know a lot about benefits and law and a lot of stuff. So I was always attracted to the legal side of HR, the investigative side of HR. And that's where I really took off. That's why benefits was so hard for me, because it was. But at the end, I was doing everything. I did payroll, I did benefits, I did everything. Mergers and acquisitions. I went and opened and hired and fired people out on the road. I did a lot of stuff. I had fun. I'm not denying it. I had a lot of fun, but it's a lot of stress. I learned a lot about unions when I worked with American Eagle Airlines. I know a few HR directors who got the position without education and they were not very good. No, they're not. They're not. And Mitzi's told me the stories, and oh God, those stories are so cool. Cheryl, Donnell, get some hugs. Ah, Cheryl. There, that's for you. You're always learning. Yes, you might not know it, but you don't realize it. Yes. The whole thing in life, until the day you die, you learn. Until your last breath. Because in that last breath, you learn. You learn where you're going. There you go. Eva, stop it. Eva, you know I love you. Oh my God, Eva, you're special. You know you're special. When I worked at the gas station at night, I was so bored that I started doing the paperwork at night for the morning shift. Yep. Then the boss switched me to mornings. There you go. See? That's what I mean. Henny, that is what I call wisdom. She was being wise. You get bored. There are certain jobs that are just boring. They're boring. Payroll is boring. Unless you're finding out stuff. The HR job is like, let Miss Smith do it. It can't be that hard. Oh, God, Mitzi. Oh, God, yes, that's so true. Oh, my God. I remember I went to an interview. I went to an interview here in Chattanooga. Tennessee. I went to an interview for an HR director position. And I got to the very last interview. And he's asking me about my education, my experience, and I'm explaining, at that point I had already done a couple of mergers, not a lot though, but I had done mergers. I had created company manuals. All right. I've created them out of scratch. I had already created trainings. I already had my certification in safety. So I'm telling him about all this and I'm telling him about my experience. But I see him looking out, behind me. And the way he was interviewing me, there were some other people in the back. And I see him looking, and I'm very nonchalant. I dropped my kerchief and I go down. I'm looking at who's looking at. I see he's looking at this lady that's sitting on a desk behind me. Okay, fine. Didn't get the job, but I was on LinkedIn. So I saw who got the job. And it was the secretary that was behind me who got the job. I wonder why. Stop talking, Debbie. If you want me to hug mom for you when I see her in 2 weeks, put a heart into the chat. Oh, God, Donnell. HR was not easy, but there were times it was rewarding. HR was drama. If you don't watch soap operas, I don't watch soap operas. Okay, I'm not joking. I don't watch soap operas because every day in HR was a soap opera. Every single day was a soap opera. And really heavy ones. I started redesigning the documentation forms. Yep, Mitzi, me too. That's how it got me into my computer nurse job. Payroll sucked. Oh, Chris, didn't it? When someone to get mad hide a mistake on their paycheck. You know, I didn't make the mistakes. Usually what would happen is they would come to me with issues they had with their supervisors that had to sign over. But I'll never forget when I was at BMS. It was in the beginning. I just started doing big payrolls. I'd always done small payrolls, but never big ones. And the computer, we were using ADP. That's when ADP started. And we had started using ADP. I went to Skillman, got a training and everything. There was a penny mistake on a paycheck. 1 cent, because you know how it rounds it off? 1 cent. This gentleman comes to my office. He'd been with the company before it was BMS. He'd been with the company for 25 years. He comes to me and he goes, I've never had an issue with a paycheck until you came. And I apologize. I'm sorry. How can I help you? There's a penny missing from my paycheck. I looked at him very serious. I go, excuse me? He goes, there's a penny missing from my paycheck. So I look at his paycheck and I explained to him what's wrong. And he goes, no, fix my paycheck. I go, I cannot get a new paycheck. They come from New Jersey. If you want a new paycheck, you're going to have to wait for a couple of days until it gets here. No, I want my paycheck now. I go, look, I can't help you. All I can do is get it corrected, but you'll have to wait. Either that, or I will have the penny on your next paycheck. I'll make sure that penny's on. No, I want it now. I opened my desk drawer, take out a penny, placed it in front of him, and I go, here is your penny. He threw it in my face. Okay? Literally threw it in my face. Needless to say, he didn't get the penny. Ta-da! Yeah, that's the kind of stuff. Hold on, wait a minute. I lost it. Okay, what happened? Ruth. I got into some hot water with HR when I fired a highly educated clinician who had 0 people skills. Oh, aren't they fun? I suggested she go work for the IRS. That's a good one. That is a good one. Okay, Hetty, wait for me. I'll be there. I want some garlic bread with the lasagna. Yep. Chris, unless you added money to their checks. Oh, yeah. Ah, Laura, Chris, Patty. I love you guys. Ay, Sorella. Buonasera, Sorella. How you doing, girl? Hold on, I'm lost. It's sad that I am making my husband's favorite meal for my birthday. Why is it sad? He's on the road? Poor Mitzi with gluten-free. Writing down everyone's, I can remember how many hugs. Oh, Donnell, you're crazy. Had the exact same thing, Debbie. A company president told him he'd been overpaid for years and he could shut up. I'll pay back the extra pennies. Thank you. Hi, Donnell. Everybody saying hi. Oh, a penny. Oh, girl. I wish you could have seen his face. And the thing is, this is me. I'm still raw. This was my very first HR position. Before that, I had always been in accounting. I'd been, bookkeeper and an accountant's audit assistant. That's all I had done. Then I was getting into business, managing an office and doing HR and payroll to that level. It was an adventure, believe me. Just got home and it's pouring. Oh, it's going to start raining here any minute. A bear hug and a puppy kiss. Oh my God. Donnell can't give bear hugs because she's not that big. But yeah, yeah, those were the days. That's those those experiences. People, I could tell stories. Oh God, I had one investigation regarding an orgy, another investigation of sexual persecution, another one of sexual harassment, which was ugly. That one was ugly. That one was ugly. He was from the moment it was discovered to the moment it was a manager to the moment he was fired took 70 hours. Yeah. Yeah. Oh God, I worked with hospital change payroll system twice. I hated those things. Oh my God, changing programs. Oh, failed because the HR director had difficulty. She was untrained, didn't understand the education. I lost a job once and I earned it. I deserved it. When my boss fired me, I asked him why. I would have fired me a week ago, is what I told him. There was this program, the payroll program that the company had. I have worked with so many payroll programs, and that one had me stumped. Okay, I'm not joking. I screwed up so much with that payroll program. I could not make heads or tails of it. And I worked at a company where I did payroll that had commissions. And commissions that you had to take back out if the things didn't go through, that had 20,000 difficulties. And I never had trouble with that payroll. But this payroll for that company, oh my God, I hated that payroll so much. Oh, I hated that program. And the funny thing is, it was a program created for that company. Enough said. I hated it. To this day, I think about it and and I lost my job because of it. And I don't blame them for firing my ass. I'm not joking. I don't blame them at all. At all. I couldn't make heads or tails of the program. I was messing up all the time. The rest of the job was amazing. Oh, the rest of it was fun, but that, no. Thank you, Mitzi. Thank you. I'm having fun. I got the face, but I don't care because, I'm 67. Who the heck cares? But yeah, it's good. It's good. Donnell, I'm starting now, and as I drive up, I'll be like this. And when I see you, that's the first thing you're going to see from me. You're not going to see anything else from me. This is the first thing you're going to see. Deal with it. Acéptalo, as we say in Spanish. Thank you, Hede. Hi, Andrea. Well, a little bit of rain never killed anybody. As long as she doesn't slip and fall, she'll be fine. Tell her I said that. I remember when we used to go out and play in the rain. I miss that. The minute she sees you. Right, Eva? Tell her. She doesn't believe me. Cheryl, I was an HR enemy. The HR director didn't like me because she'd implement something and I'd tell her why it wouldn't work. And see, that's the difference between the way I managed my HR department and the way others did. I have always said this. When you're going to make a change in anything in a company, never, ever, ever accept a program that the person that's going to use it hasn't been a part of. I have always said that. Why? Because I'm going, like so many times, they would implement a whole program, the benefits program, that as years went by, HR stopped being the contact for people and became the program administrators, because that's what they're doing now. When that started, people would come to my office, Debbie, I don't know how to use this. Debbie, how do I do this? Debbie, how do I do that? And I always said the same thing. You should have gone to the people and asked them first. Always ask them first. Anyone that's going to use the program, the lower part of the echelon, all the way at the bottom, if that person all the way at the bottom is going to use the program, you need their input, because they're the ones that are using it. But do they listen? No. Oh, the fights I've had. The fights I had with C-suite. They used to love me in the C-suite. So, Cheryl, thank you, because you're one of the few. Yes, I would have loved working with you. Oh, my God, we would have had fun. There you go, VJ. Tell her. Yes, that's how I'm going to be. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Giovanna. Thank you. Look, let me stand so you all can appreciate this. Because, yes, oh, God, okay. Right here, it's starting, see? Ta-da-da. This shirt, I've never worn this shirt because it was too small on me. It would bulge, and no bulge. See? No bulge. See, it's loose. It's stretchy and it's loose. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I am grateful. Hetty wants rain. We'll send you ours. I can send you some. It's been raining. Yep. God, Giovanna. Never mess with their money and time schedule. I always told people that would come to complain, be responsible. Sign your timesheets in a timely fashion. Verify your hours with your supervisor or manager before it gets to me. Because, see, that's what a lot of people don't say. Who approves their hours is their supervisor. Supervisor always has to verify the hours of their employees. If they didn't approve it, they didn't verify it, it's not on me. I would always send them back. That's what I did. Milan got flooded yesterday. Oh, my God. Thank you, Donnell. Thank you, Jennifer. I feel healthier on one side. My arthritis is kicking my ass, but that's okay. But everything else, being able to sleep 8 hours every night, that is just so amazing for me. I have more energy. I cannot complain. I have more energy. I have more mobility, which is the whole purpose in this, is to have energy and mobility. Yeah. But, I'm getting old anyway, so the other stuff just stays. But at least energy, I've rested. I feel rested. I feel energetic. I feel, yes, that I can conquer the world. So for that, I am totally grateful for this. Hetty says we have had 3 days total where it has rained since March. Wow. Or it rains. Here, it's icky outside. It hasn't started raining. Yesterday, we had 10 minutes of torrential rain, and then it stopped, and there was no more. What am I taking? The shots. I'm doing the shots. Giovanna, I know you don't approve, but I'm doing the shots. I got Zepbound. Approved by my doctor because of my apnea. And it's working. Your borders are gone. Yay! Yeah. Oh, Cheryl, let me tell you something. I've suffered insomnia my whole life because I've had apnea and I never took care of it. I admit it. My whole life, all right, especially when I was working. Girls, you know this is true. When you're in HR, you don't sleep. Your brain keeps going. Anyways, I've always had insomnia. The most I would sleep for, maybe 5. On a good night, 5 hours. And most of that would be interrupted. I sleep now almost every night, 8 hours. I will wake up halfway through because I have to go to the bathroom and then go right back to sleep. No interruptions after that. That's how perfect this is. This is why, yes, I'm glad I did this. I am very glad I did this. I've had no contraindications. I'm fine. Everything else is perfect. So, yeah, I'm good. I love being able to sleep. Can I bring a bucket and pour it over you? Oh, yeah, invite me. I want to play in the rain. I haven't played in the rain in years. I got to do that with the kids one day. I'm doing Zepbound. The shots I'm doing are called Zepbound. They work. They do work. Zepbound. We're supposed to finally get 2 inches in the next few days. Cool. I use Voltaren gel for my arthritis. Yeah, it don't work. I don't want to talk sickness. No. I'll be fine. It just takes a while. It's part of getting old. As you age, arthritis is a natural progression of age. Your body starts breaking down and things start breaking down. And you have to deal and you have to cope with it. I've learned to cope. I've learned to deal with it. Mostly in my hands. My hips are doing better because of the weight loss, but it's mostly in my hands and shoulders. I'm fine. I take a Tylenol at night with my medication for the swelling, and that's it. I'm not doing anything else. I don't do anything. I've tried that. I have tried a lot of ointments in the past year. None of them work. The only thing sometimes help are my gloves. I put on my heat gloves and turn them on, but yeah, not really. Voltaren doesn't do anything to me. It gives me rash. I've been in too much pain since my last surgery to be able to sleep. Oh, Cheryl, girl, I'll pray for you, babe. Sleeping is key to good health. Yes. Jennifer. Oh, yes. Sleep is that, I think, out of everything, the weight loss is great, but because of the weight loss, I'm able to sleep. That's the way I look at it. I can sleep like, we say it in Spanish, boca arriba. I can sleep facing up. And that's the way I used to sleep when I was a kid. Facing up for me is the best way to sleep, but because of my apnea and the weight, I couldn't. I'd feel like I was choking, so I'd have to go on the side and get a whole bunch of. Now I can sleep face up again, and I sleep better. Oh, do I sleep better? Oh, I'm sorry for those that are not sleeping, but do something. My sleep apnea machine goes with me wherever I go. I put it on to fall asleep now. That's the funny thing. When I want to fall asleep, I put on my mask, put my streaming TV next to me for a few minutes, and then I'm in La La Land. I love it. Ugh. Happy for you, Debbie. Those shots are a miracle worker for some. Yep, it is quality of life. Sleeping is quality of life. And my doctor kept on saying it when I started with the first pulmonologist that got me with my sleep apnea, kept telling me, you're going to see. But I could never find the right machine, the right mask, the right attitude, because a lot of it was my own attitude. Now I have a very comfortable mask. The machine, the way the mask works, it's not on top of my head. It's not on the side. It's right here in front. It moves with me, which is good. It's got a long hose, so I can move all over. If I need to move to one side or if I'm moving to the other side, it doesn't tangle like the other ones did. It's really good. I'm very happy, and I can sleep. And I'm telling you, people, when you get good night's sleep, some people don't need 8 hours. Some people do. I am fine with 2 breaks of 4. It's good for me. Giovanna, here, they prescribe it if it is health related. Like I get it because of my Social Security. They approved it through Social Security this year for apnea. You can get it either heart conditions or sleep apnea. I didn't have a heart condition, but my sleep apnea is severe. So I got it because of my sleep apnea. That's how I got it through my insurance. And I am grateful. Oh my God, am I grateful. Mason said I have power naps between pee breaks. I like taking naps. Believe me, look, I don't care how much sleep you get at night. A quickie, like I call them, a power nap of 5 minutes always helps. And I do it sometimes, not as much like before. Before I was falling asleep driving. Now I don't do that anymore. But a power nap always helps, especially between pee breaks. Everybody's laughing with Eva. Eva, you crazy. Girl, it's 12:07. I gotta go. I got cutting to do. And I got to see if it's not raining, because I don't hear it raining because the dogs are outside. So I got to go check on them. And I already had my breakfast, so I'm not hungry. I'm having my coffee. So I just have to go to the pharmacy. Voltaren gel takes a week of daily use to really start working. In my case, not. Oh, okay. I've tried Voltaren. I tried the patches. Y'all know those patches? Yeah, I tried them on my shoulders once. Yeah, don't work. For me, it doesn't work. My husband is doing the shots. He lost 58 pounds since March. He had to lose weight because he had to have open heart surgery. Gained weight when he couldn't exercise because of his knees. Thank you, Laura. I'm telling you. Yes, you lose the weight. I'm good. I wasn't going to say it, but I'm going to say it. I'm at 198, people. I haven't been at this weight for 40 years. I'm looking at the camera and telling you the truth. I weigh 198 now. I haven't been below the 200 mark in more than 30 years. And it's like, thank you, Lord. Is my skin clinging, hanging? Yes. Oh yeah, you can see the rolls under here especially. I've gone down 2 bra sizes. But you know what? I have the face because I'm dripping, I'm drooling. It's not as bad now because I'm doing some exercises. Because you do get, your muscle loses elasticity, but it's because you don't exercise. You don't exercise your face. So I've lost some elasticity in my face. Because of my age, I'm not going to get back all my elasticity, and I don't care. I sleep alone. But yeah, it's good. If I keep the weight off, they send me to pick up all this extra flab and they tuck it away somewhere. But I want to make sure I keep the weight off for at least a year and a half after stopping the shots. Because that's the thing. You have to stop the shots and maintain your weight loss for a specific amount of time before they approve the operation to take up the skin, because losing the elasticity, it starts to hang. You can get skin infections and it gets icky. So, yeah, I am going to wait for that. But hey, I'm good. I'm allergic to Voltaren now. I take glucosamine. Oh, okay. Ah, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing the smile exercises. I go. Don't I look cute? I have fun. I gotta go, people. I love you all so much. You go. Get you crazy. You people are crazier than I am, and that's saying a lot. Don't forget, next Tuesday is the last live until October 14th. I will be putting up a couple of videos during that week. I'm at retreat, so you don't miss me. I'll miss you, but you won't miss me. But just stay cool, stay chill. I will be back, but I will be here on the 30th. Yeah, on the 30th. And I will be here after the 30th. I'll be here on the 14th. Remember, from the 7th until the 12th, I'm at retreat. I'm at the squirrel retreat with Donna and the guys and everybody else. It's going to be fun. Oh, I do them with the kids, Giovanna. I make the faces at Mimi and she cracks up. Y'all have a blessed day. Be good, be kind, and remember, being imperfect is always being perfectly loved. Love you all. God bless. Be good. Stay dry.